Well, it is time. One of two. I'm aware that the villain challenge just dropped and I'm still here, not even doing the hero challenge quite yet. But that's all right. Sometimes things take time. But I have been aiding people with, oh, let me put the chat in. I have been aiding people with team building for their hero runs and things like that, so I feel adequately prepared for this challenge. Hi there, everyone. Rev Hard, Hari Harin, Wolverine, Slow Rap, Swiss Beats. Nice to see all of you. I hope everyone's doing well. Yes, it is time. Aries cost me some team revives because I had to intercept only the last phase to kill him the entire fight. I was unable to do his specials. Heimdall took him down quick, thank God. Oh yeah, that would be tricky. The specials are where it gets you. You basically have to learn how to handle them in order to for that fight to go decently. Now, who are 5 heroic ladies? Well, I did spoil it in my thumbnail, but allow me to spoil it again. So, 5 heroic ladies. That's coincidental, by the way. That wasn't deliberate. They just happened to be really, really good for the quest. But of course, our main lady, Kashala. We have Carolina for our Cosmic. We have Jean Grey, utility. We have Okoye, ridiculous damage. And we have Photon, consistent and, heavy hitter in terms of, raw hits. The flaw of this team here is that it's a bit reliant on debuffs, particularly DOT. And that means that Photon is going to have to carry for the fights where that isn't relevant. But thankfully Photon is very good, so that should help me out. Had him at 0 charges, tapped him, got my first Legends title. Well, congratulations. Let me know what you get from your rewards. I may be a little bit less attentive with the chat compared to normal because this takes focus. I hope that everyone understands. These fights require extensive focus. And, I've been in Epoch. I've done Epoch. I know what's up. And it's... I've done the Abyss challenges. I did the Ordeal challenges. And it's tricky enough. But Epoch in particular, you have to know exactly what's going on in the fights, and you have to be focusing for your dear life. Otherwise, you will get your ass handed to you. And that's... You gotta pay a lot of attention for these fights. So that is what I will be attempting to do. Again, sorry if I miss messages. If something is particularly important, don't hesitate to say it again. And I can glance and I can see them, but it's just a matter of like, okay, will I choose to read it out loud is the thing. Because that does take split focus compared to just glancing. Anyways, this is what's up. We are taking it seriously. And I have a plan. I have a plan for how things will go. I have team built for people's runs. It's gone well. And I'm very familiar with these fights. So I'm going to use Photon on Hulkling. She has great block penetration. Photon on Absorbing Man. Okoye on Idoom. Because it doesn't matter that she has a lot of buffs if they're only 1 buff. It's only once you get 3 unique buffs where you don't deal any damage to them. I will most likely be using Photon for Onslaught. Photon as well for Jessica Jones, because she just takes damage from critical hits, and Okoye's crits don't deal a lot of damage, even though she's known to be a critter. So I'll be using Photon there. I'll be using Jean Grey for Jabari, though I believe that damage reflection node is still going to mess with me a bit, and I'll need to be careful about it, but yeah. I'll be using Carolina on Nebula. The start of that fight will be a bit tricky to start stacking my my Carolinas. But once that gets going, it's very straightforward. I'll be using Jean on Northstar, Photon on Destroyer, Okoye on Photon, Okoye again on Atom, Kashala on Aegon. First Kashala fight, damn. Most likely most likely Okoye on Cassie, Carolina on Gwenpool, Kashala on Iron Fist, Jean Grey on Toad, Kashala for Heimdall, probably Photon for Prowler, Okoye for Ham, Kashala for Viv, Okoye for Annihilus, Kashala for Moleman, anyone on Danny, and either Photon or Kashala on Tigra, and then Photon will be my main for Aries. So that's the plan. That's what's up. We are masked up. We are focused. And we'll be getting into it. Wish me luck. We will be max boosting. Like our life depends on it. I'll see if I can get away with explaining the fights as I'm doing them. I'll see if I can do that. If I end up going silent, though, don't blame me. So against this Hulkling, basically, it's much easier because we have heroes in this instance, but yeah, hit his block, use specials on his block, get knockdowns in through the stun that you get from using specials on his block. Jean might be better. I'm gonna use Kashala. Yeah, we're running low on these boosts, but oh yeah, the Radiance store I think reset. That's nice. A lot of Photon that's gonna be occurring here, so I will use a science. Why not? And let us begin. And yeah, Hari just isn't the instinct the buff that she gets like right at the start of the fight that allows her to parry non-context? Was I calling that her charges? Good lord. I don't mean to be letting these boosts expire, so pardon me on that. Or their runtime to diminish. Anyways, Photon on Hulkling, it is time. Oh, are you gonna have enough to get magic, or just to like continue getting the things? I can heavy punish that. And when it comes to using Photon here, you don't want to get into gross mode ideally, because that makes for specials unblockable. And we actually want to hit on the block. So he has protection, but we just do this. Or not. I suppose that's also an option. Just eat the blocked hit because the 12% special damage boost will help us a lot too. I will save the relic to get another knockdown in on him, because that's the tricky part. You need to find openings to allow for knockdowns. Okay, well now we're in gross mode, which means my special 2 will be fully unblockable, so there's no point in using that. Special 1 is better in this instance. We do not get the stun because the last hit is unblockable. Hold block. Nah, okay, he didn't go for it. Sure, man. The more you just hit on his block, the less Photon charges you gain. Oh. Okay. The special intercept, my favorite. Well, that's troublesome. You just need 3 more? Oh shit, nice. I know I can solo this fight. And I don't want to have to waste potions. I can do it. And yeah, the serpent method, I am familiar with that. Delay your hits slightly. See if I can bait a heavy. Hard to do that without letting him hit your block. It takes weird spacing. Okay, sure. Of course. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We have 56 minutes left on these boosts. Maybe there's an element of stage fright, I don't know. But it is fine. With Photon we go. He can be finicky. Oh, hello there. Shove over. I hope everything is well with you too. Thank you for stopping by. I wish that had more reach. Yeah, okay, so just the one dash back seems to be where we're at. Ideally, I would have waited just a little bit. Wait, will this... Okay, perfect. He's feeling real interesting today. At the very least, it'll get me out of gross mode quickly. Oh great, it paused. I actually don't want that. Yeah, I'll try and time this a little better to force a knockdown. That... Why are my inputs failing? But no matter. I'm very capable at executing the strategy. Hit them until they die. One more special 2 should be enough. Perfect. Okay, yeah, it's lights out here. There we go. Sorry for the retries, just... yeah. AI doesn't seem friendly today. Oh shit, minute and a half is a great time for that fight. Perfect. Okay, now Photon on Absorbing Man. Also, I will admit, I opened 50 of my 500 Paragon 4-hour crystals just to snag some potions. Because I'm gonna need them. I have 450 left, and then I have like over 2,000 of the Valiant ones. I don't believe I've ever opened the Valiant ones, and if I have, it was a very small amount. So yeah, that's always been at 500, now it's at 450. I cannot tell a lie, other than when I can. But alright, Absorbing Man. Now, the rotation I think I want to get into with him is basically keep him to special ones while I am in energy damage mode. Here when I used the parrot. So I'm now in energy mode, and when he's in Uru, that gives him physical resistance. So I'm doing proper damage. There's no issue with my damage output here, and now it's just a matter of keeping him to special ones whilst still managing the unstoppable. Yes, it is known that I do that. Well, it's like, why would I use revives on the first fight unless I'm doing some like crazy ramp up champion situation, which that's not the case. Wait, how does that count as being close to him? You saw that, right? You cut your finger at work, now I type even slower. No, no, no. No worries on that, Slow. I hope that your finger gets better soon. I'm actually gonna stay away here. Oh shit. Of course. Now I have the energy vulnerabilities on me, which means if he hits me, I take the huge chunk of burst damage. But I cannot rely on the unstoppable to guarantee me intercepts because Absorbing Man makes unstoppable buffs expire 90% faster than they otherwise would, so we gain nothing from that unstoppable node, and he gains everything from it. But, of course, the fight was, damn it. The fight was designed that way. Not complaining, just... Yeah, we can't use that to intercept, so whenever we have those vulnerabilities on us, yeah, we gotta be careful. Okay, that was also very fast. Now science 12% boost coming in clutch. Alright, now I think it's I do? The man, no! You and your Joaquin praising. So yeah, I Doom. The thing with this fight here... Well, don't bring shock immunes, firstly. And then don't bring... Well, no, you can, but it's not recommended. And don't bring champs with a lot of different buffs. If they just have 1 or 2 buffs that are all the same type, that's fine. So, barring that, you need to punish his specials for a grit, because after he uses a special, you need to knock him down with a heavy attack. Knocking him down with a special will not accomplish it. It must be a heavy. So, yeah, you gotta do that, but if he uses a special one, he gets his aura, and then, you know, bad time. Can't knock him down then, which means, yeah, you gotta have to make sure you punish the special properly to get the grit. So, how I would recommend approaching this is just push him to special 2s. Do the good old medium, light block. And keep him to special 2s. Because then, even if you get the grit, like you don't have to worry about it. It's not mandatory. Ideally, you know how to reparry as well. That really shouldn't have connected. Of course, you want to do that. So yeah, try to keep him to special 2s. Try to punish the special. Get the grit and heavy him after he's done. And reparrying is a... Oh shit. I didn't get the... My ensnare failed the grit. But my ensnare also failed his aura. Okoye is a menace. Shuts down nodes that are helpful to her and shuts down nodes that are harmful to her. We love a balanced champion. If you wouldn't mind. Because I don't want the shock on me, it means he'll heavy me and that won't be nice. Yeah, it also shut down the grit there. Perfect. Science rank 5 gem? Damn. For Scorpion? Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. Scorpion's a phenomenal champion. He will be my Science rank 5 if I have any say over it. If I get a Science gem, it's going to him. Yeah, no grit there either. It's alright. Now, I cannot use specials. Okay, we did get the grit. Oh, fuck. Okay, that still worked out. Dead. I was hoping mutant for Sinister. Yeah, there's still a chance from doing Act 9. I hope that all of you get the gems that you want. But okay, there's that. Boom. Okoye is very effective for this fight. Just strange and snare luck. Okay, now Onslaught, which we will continue to Photon our way through. And with him, he has unstoppable heavies. So, ideally, you know how to punish his special one. Not just dex, but punish it. Photon can parry non-contacts, but I'm not interested in that because it takes away my willpower, and the thought of that makes me sad. But if you don't know how to punish the special one, you yeah, bring a champ that can parry non-contacts, and you just have to deal with the no willpower thing. Any tips for getting rank 5s? Do the Carina challenges. Do the Coliseum. And do 9.4. That's the easiest way to get rank 5s. I have a Koya Cushion Jean, any replacement offer Carolina. Hulkling. Oh, okay, that one clipped me. But as long as we don't parry, we can actually heal up from willpower, which is very nice. And can I get Silk instead of Photon? Silk doesn't work well enough for Absorbing Man to justify that swap. I've tried Silk on Absorbing Man before and it didn't go well. I would not recommend it. A good swap for Photon is Spider-Woman. It means that your Destroyer fight will be harder, but beyond that, it's pretty identical. Oh, a bit too early there. Alright. You have to dex the third hit early in order to be able to dash in and punish the special one, but it's a tight window kind of. Too early on the second dex. Untouchable means nothing when I have Neuroshock on me. Photon is an MVP of this run. She is exceptional. I'm surprised that he hasn't parried me yet. Usually Onslaught loves stealing your willpower at every opportunity he gets. Oh, also, Shubham, Sentry should be another swap for Photon. Like, the two champions that everyone's going with in this challenge are Sentry and Heimdall. I'm deciding to use neither. Heimdall because I do not have him, Sentry because I do not want to rank him up. And I know that I can use these champions and everything will still be okay. As long as I play properly. In a world full of Sentry and Heimdall, I would like to show that there is another way. Let me try and... yeah, there we go. And yeah, cosmic replacement for Carolina is Heimdall. Though you ideally want to use Heimdall in lots of fights so he can ramp. Because he does need ramp. Oh, come on, don't make me waste my gross mode. Yes, they did give 7-star sentry. They did do that, yes. There we go. Perfect. Actually, that reminds me. I think I meant to add something to the title. I'm attempting to edit the title of my video. Mentioning Heimdall specifically. I need 2 more characters to backspace out of. Yeah, okay. I don't necessarily like that, but I'll make it work. So the title of the stream will change. Sorry for that pause, but I do specifically want to draw attention that I'm not, I'm not using the option that everyone is recommending people use. Vol, yeah. Using Sentry sucks unless you solo every fight you do with him because he loses his charges if you die, and I didn't know that and it was kind of rough. Oh, that's a fair point. I didn't consider that. No, that's quite fair. All right, Jessica. The thing with her, well, you want to intercept because she mainly takes damage from crits, and intercepting gives you guaranteed crits. You do not want to get hit, because if you have the cruelty on you that the node gives you for stacking your combo, you will blow up. So that's not, try not to get hit. Stellar revelation, I know, but try not to get hit. That helps. And then she has a lot of the same nodes as Wheel of Fate Human Torch, if you guys are familiar with that fight. Where, you know, you gotta do the 3 things to get rid of the protections. You need to knock her down every time you gain a bar of power. She goes debuff immune. And then, because she's Jessica, you want to be able to punish her specials. So, similar to Idoom, keep her to a special 2 so you have easy access to the grid. And try not to get hit. For Abyss, it's different. Death by debuffs, sure? Okay. Yeah, as a concept, I agree with that. Obviously, I haven't tried Sentry in here. Okay, if there was any time to get hit, it was then, because I didn't have cruelty on me. So that's all right. Knock her down so she doesn't go. Ugh. And the times where I've seen Okoye take this fight, her ensnare fails the grit, which isn't ideal. So I would really not recommend Okoye for this fight. Like, really, really not. Because her base hits deal no damage. Oh god. She's unblockable too? Ugh. Okay. And now I have to remove her charges because I'm not doing that. Ideally, you just nuke her down really fast. Use hard-hitting champions. That was a risk. The taunt helps with manipulating the AI, which is a favorite of mine. Yeah, my Photon Untouchable helped with the intercept just there. Photon's really good for this fight. I would recommend her. Minute 52, goddamn. Alrighty, and now for... Jabari, and I'm gonna put on a 12% mutant now because there are a couple gene fights that I would like to do. Now Jib Jab. This fight can be tricky. I find people underrate its difficulty. No matter who you are using, you want every single combo you do to end with a light. Do not use champions who place debuffs on their mediums or lights. Do not do that, because she's gonna purify it, and she'll get the damage reflect, and you're going to die. So you do not want champions who place debuffs on their mediums or lights. Jean functions as an exception to that because of her, her nuking capabilities as well as her force field. You want every combo you do to finish with a light. Jean's Neuroshocks are good because then you don't need to worry about the falter passive that's incoming. If you do not have a miss counter, you will need to pay attention to that. Stay far away when the timer is about to expire, so then Jabari gets it and you don't. And if you're not using a champion like Jean, you want to make sure that you finish your combo before you use a special attack, because if Jabari is dashing at you, she gains her cleanse passive that's temporary, and if you just hit her once and use a special, the cleanse will not expire yet, and your special will place debuffs on her because of the node. She will purify it and she will get the damage reflect. So you want all combos to end in lights, only use specials at the end of combos, and if you do not have a miss counter, be mindful of the falter. That's the thing with the, yeah. And Harihar and I tend to not play with the heavy charge. So the passive stun is useful, but you can see that I have the capacity to place those active Neuroshocks, which that's not good because it's eating away at my shield. Not ideal. And now that my shield is down, I do not get the passive stun anymore. The damage gets reflected on me. My dexterity failed. I want to finish with a light to reset the cleanse timer. And then now we have our shield back. Not getting the best luck in terms of placing her active Neuroshocks. Like, again, we do not want that happening, but kind of comes with the territory. She's not gonna miss because she's in the hunt. Yeah, we gotta be careful. Carolina is another option for this fight because her debuffs are passive. Maybe if I slow hit. So yeah, like this fight is weird. If you're proficient at Carolina, I would argue, yeah, use her instead of Jean, but if you're better with Jean or your Jean is stronger, just mutant boost and try to be mindful about the damage reflection. But it's still weird. She has her force field, but once the damage reflex starts triggering, it eats up her force field exceptionally fast. So then you run out of it, and then you don't get your passive stuns anymore. It's weird. So I don't really believe there's an ideal counter for that Jabari fight. She's annoying. Anyways, now Nebula. I'm going to use Carolina here, and the start of this could get weird. I may need to game crash. So with this Nebula, you ideally do not want to stun her because it nullifies buffs off of you. You want to stay close to her or else you get rooted. And you need to have buffs because otherwise she's going to auto block everything. And when she's in her shock phase, every time you hit her block, she places a pretty strong shock on you, and like you can only get away with that so many times until it kills you. So I basically just have to hope for good sun RNG, stay in the sun, and yeah, if I have to take some blocked hits, it's... yeah. And hi there, Vernon. Congratulations on the rank 5 Carolina. Because yeah, this Nebula is going to auto-block every... oh god, the sun is far away. So I'm just going to hit her to still try and get in there. 4 shocks for me, that's not ideal. And hopefully by dashing back, that'll make the sun... okay, we have enough to where we can hit her now and she's not gonna... but I just have to try hard this. I can hit her block now, thankfully. Though, in using my special 2, that will most likely root me. Either way, she can nuke her down pretty fast. Hulkling is a safer option for this fight. Admittedly. Oh, she's unblockable now. Okay, great. Can the sun be a little closer, please? Oh, okay, that actually does work, yeah. I'm rooted, but that's fine. Just, yeah, energy vulnerability. Hulkling is safer for this. Obviously, Heimdall would kick ass on this fight. But if you are aware of the variables, it can work out. You're just very likely to take some shock damage at the start. So if you are not using a shock immune champion in this fight, I would highly recommend going in with basically full health, because you're going to need it. I would very much recommend that. Now, Northstar. Now, I know how much I advise people bring Photon, and it's like, oh great, Photon counters miss, etc., etc. Well, I've seen Photon do this fight, and I've heard people report about this Photon fight. Northstar fight. And Photon, yeah, that's gonna take a really, really long time, because this node has power shield, and it's not as if Photon is like known for her crazy special damage. So if you are bringing Jean, you really want to use Jean instead, because you know she does have good special damage. She's a mutant. Because with Northstar, you can only use specials when you're dashing in, basically, or punishing something. There is power shield. There's bubble shield, which isn't good. If you're bringing Ironheart, she destroys this fight. And then after his specials, he goes untouchable, which means you need a miss counter. Photon can counter miss. Jean counters miss better, and she counters power shield far better too. You only want to let Northstar use special ones, or else it's a bad time. Because his special 2 does a bunch of hits on the block. And bubble shield means you take more block damage, and eventually he goes unblockable. So wouldn't recommend that. If you have both Photon and Jean, do yourself a favor and use Jean. Also, she has a force field, which is nice. And wait, so I can use the relic, dash out, dash back in. So this is why we use Jean for the fight. She's very effective. Yeah. If I can even get to like another special 2, we're done. Just need to build the power to do it. Oh, okay, wait, parry out in special 2. So that's why we use Jean. If you're using Photon, even max boosted, that's like an 8-minute fight. And Jean can do it in under a minute and a half. Though I think that's the fastest I have seen Jean do it, so. Wow, there are under 10 people here. Maybe it's because I did this stream earlier than normal. Either way, it's a small house today, which I suppose that allows for more back and forth, so that's nice. Hopefully people will be able to find this stream afterwards because, well, I'm doing it for the purpose of giving advice, and I think that people will benefit from seeing this, so hopefully it doesn't get lost in the YouTube algorithm. Because, well, so far, things have gone decently well. Will be useful for other people to see this potentially. So the thing with this Destroyer, push him to special 2s. Push him to special 2s. Be mindful of not having buffs. Because if you don't, you take that instant rupture damage like you just saw there. You want to use debuff champions. Oh, it's because a lot of streamers are streaming the... Oh, that's a very fair point. Thank you, Slow Rap. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Everyone's curious about 9.4. Because you do not want Destroyer getting to 100 of his charges, because then he goes in gross mode. We don't want that. Power gain party, which Photon helps deal with, but still, just try and keep him to special 2s is much more straightforward. Wait. No. Photon is very effective for this fight. Destroyer is, I'd say, one of the easier fights in Epoch. Of course, there's like the stress of him not getting his power gain, but it's if you use a debuff champion, it's pretty easy to bypass that. And then also, like, yeah, he doesn't deal that much damage unless you get caught by a special 2. Yeah, Destroyer is one of the, less stressful fights here. And yeah, that does sound right, Slow. That does sound right. Now, okay. I'm gonna go with a skill one now, because I'm gonna use a Koi for the next 2 fights. And this Photon is gross. Okoye's Ensnare may either aid us or destroy us. The thing within this fight is that it's a power seesaw. Never ever get to 3 bars ever. If you use specials too soon together, you will take degen damage unless Okoye fails it, but let's just say we take degen damage, but it's only of your current HP and not your max HP. So if you're at 5% and then you double up on specials, you lose 2.5% as opposed to what? How much health if you get to a special 3? 240% of the defender's attack rating. So 23k, 46, let's just say like 60,000 damage. You know? So 2.5% compared to like 60k. Yeah, no, I think we want to use Photon here. No. We want to use specials instead of getting to 3 bars. If you need to drain power, only do 1 light attack on her block, or else you'll die. Only 1. Do not do a second light. But I'm just gonna try and do what I regularly do against photons with Okoye. And I'm just gonna hit her until she dies. When you're hitting her, you gain a little bit less power because of the petrify she'll place on you oftentimes when you're hitting her. Oh, I forgot that, yeah, it's the end. I'm just gonna do this again. I do get the degen damage. It's alright though. That resets. My bad. We get the degen again, but who cares? She's dead. It may mean more potions later on, but Photon can suck to fight, so when you use Okoye, it's nice to get her down as fast as humanly possible. Because your Ensnare can also fail the degeneration. 1 minute and 1 seconds. I'm perfectly alright with that. Holy shit, that was extremely fast. Anyways, now I'm going to heal her. I'll be using her later, so yeah, I'll just heal her up a fair bit. Photon didn't stand a chance. She can kill you if you aren't careful, but yeah. Now, Adam, I don't really feel the best about Adam, admittedly. So you need buffed champions for it. You need at least 3. Unless you're using a champion who has armor buffs, never, ever, ever, ever intercept him. Ever. 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 Do not intercept him. And then you need to heavy or special him after his special attacks, otherwise you will get barbed and you probably have a lot of buffs and that will kill you. You need to, yeah. You gotta... It's better to push him to special 2s because you can heavy punish those. But this fight sucks. I do not like it. Yeah, I'll take that every day of the week, thank you. So I don't really feel good about this one. But Okoye is still a really good option for it. It's just a shitty fight. I do not like it. Even fighting this Adam Warlock once is 1 time too many. Okay. So... And of course when you get a bar of power, he special locks you temporarily, which makes it more difficult to use your specials. My bad. I was about to intercept him and that was very wrong of me to do. At the very least, my endurance would reduce the duration of barb. Okay. I'm gonna use my relic to get a heavy in here if it'll let me. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. Boosting really is the steroids of MCOC. I'll die on that hill. He's gonna take my power, so I might as well use it. I can't intercept him, so I just have to risk him going unblockable, unfortunately. God fucking damn it. Oh great, pod time. Please use your special. Please use your special. Okay. Barb. How did that not count as an intercept? Oh my god, that was terrifying. Okay, managed that one thankfully, but that could have gone very wrong. I really don't like that fight. And coming up is another garbage fight. Another very, very, very garbage fight. Now this Aegon here, this is the first time we're gonna whip out Kushala. This Aegon, I deem Aegon the worst fight in Epoch. It's the most unfair. You basically have to intercept or you die. And given how the AI is and how everything can go in that kind of way, you're very likely to have him hit you. And because he's already at max ramp, he gets all of his furies in like a single hit. And you just, you die. He hits you at all. You take a few hits, you're dead. Even at full health, you're dead. I mean, Jean has the combo, the force field, which that's nice. I want to use Kushala here because, you know, Mystic Dispersion and the buffs just means I can spam specials. I feel more comfortable doing that. But you may think, oh great, Kushala can block unblockables. It really, it's weirder than that. So intercept or die. At the very least, if I can start getting heavies off, I can manipulate his AI to do more like that. But I genuinely deem Aegon as the worst fight in Epoch. I like this fight less than I like Aries, but I'm aware that's a fringe opinion. Most people, hold on, I need to focus here. So, okay. We live to see another day because we got the intercept. And I want to spam specials here, give him as little power as possible because he has that same node as I do where after he uses a special, you need to heavy him. And I don't like that. So I need to do this. And yeah, I just want to spam specials until he's dead. Wait, I used a heavy. What are we talking about? Why did that not count the other time that I did it? What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. Good God. Wait. Yeah. Once we get our DOTs going, it's kind of a wrap. But starting the fight is extremely scary. I could block unblockables and I still tried to dex that. Fuck me, man. Damn it. I'm telling you, man, you made one mistake. You saw that I had that fight completely under control and I just died right away. That's why I don't like the Aegon fight the most out of everything. Out of all of the fights here, Aegon is my least favorite. The fuck was that? Ridiculous. So, okay. I'm going to hope that I can do a light attack a few times and then start spamming specials and have him go down before any other shenanigans can occur. I'm telling you, I fucking hate this Aegon. Stupid fight. It's the most punishing fight in this game. Sorry, in the quest. So, okay, can I just get away with doing this forever? Yes, I can. Okay. I do not like that fight. So, thank you, chair. Anyways, onwards and hopefully continuing upwards. Alright, Haran, I would, Okay, Heimdall. We are not at Heimdall yet, but I see. So now Cassie. I still have the skill one on. Yeah. And with this Cassie, push her to special 2s, common theme and Epoch. Don't let them use special 1s. And then don't use purifiers. Be mindful that if you dash back multiple times in a row, you get crush, which isn't good. And then she'll alternate between evading and making your specials miss. So while Okoye does have ensnare, she reduces the duration of debuffs, which means the ensnare will likely fall off as you get into the fight. And yeah, like I can start with it here, but then I got the crush. So you still really want to play into the node with the anti-evade and the, yeah. A lot of medium, light block. That was her second medium, or might have been the fourth light, either way, don't care. Endurance is useful for getting rid of the crush. Watch this. Watch how much faster it goes away. That's exceptionally useful. And then I'm gonna get the anti-evade one. Alright then. I would advise not worrying about doing regular Okoye rotation. You just want to live. That's what I would recommend personally. Okay, but thankfully we can get rid of that extremely fast because Okoye counters that. However, I want the anti-evade now. Okay. Because of the whole debuff shrugging thing, she can't do this quite as fast as other fights, but doesn't really matter when she's safe for it. Oh wait, she's gonna use the special one. No, oh, fuck me. Okay. I cannot use my special one right now because she has the miss and I don't have the little true bullshit. Please don't go to 3 bars, ma'am. But yeah, I would advise keeping the special ones for the endurance. It really helps in managing the crush. Which that's a very easy area for the fight to go wrong. You get the crush, take a combo, she uses a special one. That's not fun. So Yeah, the utility of the endurance is very good. Though I did almost get hit there. And then I'm actually gonna get the anti-evade one now. Just wait until that falls off. Purify the power sting. Oh, she's gonna evade now, damn it. Either way though, dead Cassie. That fight really sucks when you have fancy footwork attached to it. 12 of 13. Hi there, Tim. Thank you. And yeah, no worries. I appreciate it very much. Your good luck wishes are very kind and useful. I hope that you're able to have a nice, have a nice day. Thank you for stopping by. Alrighty, okay, now for Gwenpool. You do not want to use reverse control immunes, you die. They begin losing 10% of their max health every second indefinitely. That's about as straightforward as you can get. And Hari, have a nice rest of your night. Thank you for stopping by and sticking around. Definitely prioritize your sleep. I'll be around no matter what. Yeah, barring that, this fight... What other fights do I want to use Carolina for? Not many. I'll still heal her though. I did open those crystals for a reason. Yeah, alternates between reverse controls and non-reverse controls. You just need to dex her specials and then use specials back. It's another power shield, so special champions with a lot of special damage are good, but do not use reverse control immunes. Other than that, like, you're just basically forced to handle the reverse controls. There is no way to bypass it. So... my advice here is just understand how the node works. Oh, no. Understand how the node works and bring champions that deal lots of special damage. You cannot get around the reverse controls. I know a lot of players really don't like those. But it's forced here. It's nice to get the energy vulnerabilities on there. Also, if you do get hit by a special, immediately use do a light ending combo on her. It changed. Otherwise you blow up and die. Lot of blowing up in this quest. Do this or you blow up and die. It's a bit punishing. Oh shit. But Carolina's a monster and she deals real good damage. Oh shit. I do not like it when it changes midway through. Okay, at that point I just need to use a special one. There, okay. This fight's pretty manageable to solo if you can handle reverse controls. Other than that, it's extremely straightforward. Again, one of the easier fights here. Who's the best champ in the game at this moment? Offensively, Onslaught. Okay. I'm gonna use Mystic Boost now. I'm gonna be using Kashala for Iron Fist. Now look, I do recognize that Jean is better, but I really like Kashala and I want to use her. The Gwenpool fight's like a dance if you can get into the rhythm. Exactly, and also, hi there, Red Hat. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I want to use Kashala here. Basically, you cannot gain buffs, he cannot gain debuffs There's pressure gauge. This fight is weird. Like, it's not normal. The functions of it are very different from most other MCOC fights. You want a heavy to get down the protection. It's ebb and flow heavy. And ideally you want champions who either deal a lot of damage on their base hits, like white and yellow, or passive DOT. Kashala has access to passive DOT, and while you are immune to buffs, the enemy is not, so she can still place her ignitions. Yeah, you're basically just getting rooted all the time. It's very gross. Please don't kill me. He still has the protection, but it's tricky. Hold on. I can heavy him like that. Basically, you want to use champs who do not need buffs to do their stuff, and do not need active debuffs to do their stuff. If they either have passives... No. Okay. Jean is safer because she can do the passive stun for parry. Like, you should use Jean for this fight, but I wanted to use Kashala. Because she can do it. And I mean, look at my profile picture in game. Kashala. But speaking of Jean, we will go back in and fight Toad with her. What's somebody use Jean for? Yeah, then whatever. We're keeping them healthy. Jean is good here because she has reverse control immunity. I don't know if she requires her force field for that. Let me check. Fully, okay, so she just by default, yeah, is immune to reverse controls. So that's good. Keep them to special ones. Contrary to the whole special 2 thing, keep them to special ones. And try to be mindful of the poison damage. Also, you ideally do not want to be running the Pacify Mastery or the Assassin Mastery. If you fail his healing, you take a massive burst of damage, and you really don't want to be doing that. If you have the Pacify Mastery, do not hit him while he is stunned. And if you have the Assassin Mastery, we'll either shut that off or be prepared to blow up once he gets to that 18% margin. If you want to increase the odds of not blowing up, keep him out of the corner because he is more likely to gain regens in those instances specifically. His regen is, yeah, like he gets more regen, he heals more, and it's stronger when he is backed against a wall. So ideally, don't do that. Especially if you're running those, those masteries that reduce ability accuracy. Because you do not want to fail his regens, you blow up. I really should have missed that. I was scared that he would, that would push him to a special 2, and I really didn't want to deal with that. Thankfully, I am running neither of those masteries, so it's okay. He just heals more, but that's alright. Now let's see if I can get to a special 2, because 16 neuroshocks. That's gonna deal a lot. I would like that. That shouldn't push him to 3. Sorry, to 2. Perfect. 26 neuroshocks. Out heal that, bitch. But yeah, you don't want to keep him in the corner. He's healing a lot, and you can't really do anything to alter his regen rate. The only thing that works is heal block. If you do have Ironheart, if you brought her, she's very good for this fight as well. 29 neuroshocks. $35 neuroshocks. Very nice. Okay, 251. Oh, that took longer than it felt. 16. So then there is Heimdall. Heimdall's bitch ass. Is this your Vol.4 account? No, it is not. Vol.4 is currently retired. Oh, hi there, Aguilar. Took your Hulkling to rank 5 today. Congratulations. He's awesome. Enjoy him. There's a chance I might take mine to rank 5. Okay, more Kashala. My poor girl getting beat up. I'm not doing a good job with her. But yeah, this Heimdall. There's an easy way to play against him and a harder way to play against him. The easy way is just to only use special 3s. You want to keep him to special 1s. And if you struggle with removing the brace, you want to just use special 3s. But you also want to know how to deal with his, his unstoppable heavy. You want to clip him after the first hit of that. And then dex the, remaining hits. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Of course that didn't count. Oh, that almost hit me. Horrifying. And also, he kind of sucks, and if you try to like special intercept him, he'll throw a heavy midway through and you won't be able to knock him down, and then he'll probably knock you down and then you'll die. So you gotta be really careful with that. I would not recommend trying to be fancy with it. Of course. Okay. Then he might auto block here, but he didn't, so I can get a special 2 going on. Of course, all my fucking spells went down. That means that my barb will not deal as much damage. Sad face. But damn, if this fight can't be tricky to manage sometimes. Get barbed. And he's dead. Okay, great. That was pretty fast. But that's another very punishing fight where if you get a lot of damage stored up in the thing and then he knocks you down, you instantly die. You'll take like 400,000 damage, blow up. It's very tragic. Now here, Prowler. You basically want to alternate specials. He's gonna drain your power every so often. Oh shit, on the prowl. Hell yeah. Anyways, I would advise starting with the special 2. Just do special 2, special 1, special 2, special 1. And when the node routinely power drains you, ideally have as little power as possible because you'll take damage based on the amount of power you have. And yeah, Sarp, you gonna get ready to go home, then do Act 9? Yeah, man. Best of luck with Act 9. I hope that you get the rank 5 gems that you want. I'm sure you'll let us know what you get once you're done doing it. But I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for stopping by and sticking around. I really appreciate it. Okay. This fight shouldn't be too bad. Because of the whole taking damage whenever you lose power thing, I would recommend going in healthy. Because, yeah, otherwise it's just not ideal. But Photon is very good for this fight because not only can she bypass miss, she can parry non-contacts. And Prowler's, yeah, first medium, I think, is non-contact, which sucks, so. But when she is not in gross mode, it is only her mediums that bypass miss. But when she is in gross mode, all of her attacks bypass miss. So now I want to get to a special one. Yeah, see, look, even my lights are bypassing the falter. We yet again have another node that makes you get special locked when you have to use specials. Very nice. I think that they added a node in here, which means that lets you burn your power when you charge a heavy. I used my relic there. Thank you very much. Oh, see, I wasn't in gross mode. So only medium, medium. Yeah, you want to go in healthy for this fight. Medium, medium. Let's get that Sunder back on there. Oh, eat my power. Medium, medium. We are gross now, so now we can just hit him. One more special 2 and he should die then. However, we're gonna have to deal with like another power drain, unfortunately. But I will use my relic and oh, actually, never mind. He's dead. That works. Yay, Photon! Photon power. Now for Ham, who is thankfully one of the easier fights. I find that this last lane, the last lane isn't too bad. So we're gonna bald it up on the Ham, and you actually want to get power stings on you because you will reflect that damage on him when you use specials. Also, do not hit his block. So this fight basically goes, do not hit his block, only use specials that have the corresponding number on your side, you'll see it, and you actually want to use specials when you have power stings. So right now the number's on 1, so I should only be using special 1s right now. It gives you benefits. So use the corresponding specials, do not hit his block, and power stings are actually good. Those are the big 3 things of the fight. You can also speed up what number you get by alternating your combo enders. So you see there, I switched it, went to 3 and I put it back to 1. Use a 1 again. The stings reflect a bit. The more stings you have, the more it reflects. It goes to 3, so I'm gonna do medium ender to go to 1. Corresponding special, yay. He hit me, you fucking bastard. And there you go. Feel lanes 3 and 4 are easier than the first 2. Lane 3 can be tricky if you aren't like really familiar or comfortable with those types of fights. Oh, hi there. Wait, what? Yeah, no, we are brewing. We're brewing as much as we can. Now on to Viv. Good lord, do you ever want Kushala for Viv? Kushala is the Viv destroyer. Barb her up and it's over. So this whole thing, the big three things, and see, I'm kind of like repeating myself here because I've been giving advice to other people on their runs, and so I kind of have this broken down where it's like, okay, the three things you focus on in this fight specifically, I've done this. I've done the whole advice thing. Only knock her down with a heavy if you are about to use a special attack. Under no circumstances do you want her using a special 2. And if you have less than 1 bar of power, her special 1s will be fully unblockable. So, yeah. Kushala bypasses the unblockable part, which is the worst part of the fight, by a country mile. And also, champions who are immune to power burn will give her a bunch of power, and that's not good. So don't try to bypass her with immunities. I believe that resistances are okay, but immunities are not. So you just have to deal with the power burn, really. So with Kushala here, unfortunately you can't like stack your heavies like you normally would, but you can get your other spells going to try and like gain more power. It's actually kind of useful to get hit, believe it or not. So okay, boom. I get that timer on me, but I use a special 2 instead. And yeah, you just barber. Also, even if you do get clipped by the special 1, Kushala's Incinerate immune, so this fight is basically a massive fuck you to Viv. Which, I'm sorry, Viv. I love you dearly. I would love to have used the special 2 there to pause my, my second barb, but I was gonna push her to a special 2 and I didn't want to deal with that. Oh shit. I almost ate the heavy damage there, but that's alright. Perfect. I may even use a special 1 here to like just keep the barb going, but it seems like I won't even have to. No, I don't. Great. 19 of 20. Yeah, Kushala is the Viv destroyer. Do you ever want her for this fight? Because Hulkling doesn't really work because he's power burn immune. I know that because I recommended someone use Hulkling for the fight, and then come to find out, oh my god, she's gaining a bunch of power, what the hell is happening? And then I looked at the note again and I went, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I missed that part. So yeah, the Hulkling doesn't work. There's a chance that Carolina might? I don't know. Does she get immunity to power burn? Oh no, okay. So she might work if Pulverize works for Viv, which I assume it would, but I don't want to say anything for certain unless I am certain, because I'm not. If anyone has used Carolina and it worked, don't hesitate to let the class know. But yeah. Let's get her healed up a little bit. Annihilus, the whole point of this fight, once again, do not let him use special 2s. And you want to know how to deal with his special 1 in keeping close enough to punish him afterwards. And you also have to parry the last hit of it. I made tutorial videos about this as some of the first videos ever on my channel. So I am familiar with this fight. Also, you cannot use champions who, like, purify. That was my mistake, sorry. I forgot about the stifle. Yeah, you don't want purifiers. And you also need champions who have at least 3 buffs. Otherwise, that's bad. I think I'm gonna get the endurance so I don't need to deal with his stifles for as long. But yeah, you just want to block the first parts of his special 1. And then parry the last hit. It keeps you close to him. You really won't need to dash back often because you can just dash in at him after his special 1. he tends to be trigger happy with throwing it, and even if you do to bait it, the unstoppable expires before you go and punish it. But you just do this and it's very straightforward. And then you just get to Okoye him. That's my fault. I really shouldn't have done that. But we healed up and that was useful. Also, I think the ensnare failed some of the damage bursts. Yet another reason why Okoye is one of the best champions in the game, or one of the best attackers at least, because I think I should have died there, but I didn't. Who needs Heimdall when you have bullshit? The power of bullshit. I think that was 20 of 21. Yeah, okay, thank you, chair. And now Moleman. Once again, is Jean the better option? Yes. But once again, would I rather use Kashala? Also, yes. I love Kashala for this fight. She blocks unblockables. She's so talented. Oh my god. So here, stack your spells, get passive incinerates on him, and he dies. RS, you finally revived your Kush? Oh my god, congratulations. That is stellar news. I heard through the grapevine that Jean Grey can still do her little passive stun when she has her force field here, which that makes the fight much safer. If you brought Jean, you really should use her here, but I just love Kashala, and so I can't help myself. Vol, but Fiend. That was a mistake. I should not have done that. Okay. Okay, that should make them, most of them, passive. Okay. Pause. Can I get those before the Tranquility? Yes. Also, she can regen on block and block unblockables, so Bubble Shield is largely irrelevant here, which is nice. But if you brought Jean, use her here. There isn't a real reason not to, unless you are a huge Kashala enjoyer like I am. So wait, let me see if I can... Okay. Oh no. This is just me proving that you should use Jean in the fight. Oh god. I just happen to be kind of crazy. And I really like, yeah, this is fun for me. I'm a sick individual and this constitutes as fun. But he's dead. Use Jean for the fight. It's really, really safe. I think she gets the passive stun. Her neuros are a lot more consistent. She has a class advantage. You don't have to stack up spells. But guess what? I wanted to do it. Oh my god. Speaking of using Jean, perhaps I'll avenge myself and use her here. Against this Danny, you want to know how to dex her special too, because you're going to be dealing with that one a lot. Also, you don't want to remove her buffs because she will blow you up for that. Whenever a buff or passive is removed due to one of the attacker's abilities or it's prevented, yeah, you get 25% of your max health just blown up. And then she likes to make you miss, but Jean can bypass that. Hooray. So I'm going to use Jean. I just like using Kashala. What can I say? So, what I would recommend for this fight is specifically, like, hit her as much as possible while she is above 2 bars of power, because, well, she didn't let it happen there. Hold on. Because she gains significantly less combat power rate, and you want to take advantage of that. You see how little power she gained there? Why'd I fucking do that? I think that's a dead gene right there. I just made my grave. Or not, I don't know. Something I would recommend on dealing with the special 2. So, dex the first hit. Let the second part of it, the first part of that, hit your block. So you have better odds. I'm not doing a good job here. I think I'm getting a little bit frazzled. Which, that's like my bad. Let me focus, please. The fights are easier to do when I am not also talking and trying to explain how to do the fights, believe it or not. I just like helping. You see how I let the first part of the second gunshot I took it on my block? It helps. Makes the window less strict. Either way, she's dead. I didn't do a good job there, but it was enough. Alrighty. How many fights did you use Kushala for? I forget. Aegon. I forget, I'm sorry. Oh, hi there, Louis. You're elder? Congratulations! Great work. Did you, were you able to get another rank 5, or did you already have enough? I forget if it's like the Act 9 completion or exploration. It's probably exploration that gives the rank 5. But that's great work, Louis. Enjoy the extra perks. I'm curious to see what those daily crystals look like. And now here, we will go all out with Photon because I will also be mainly using her against Aries. You had 4 rank 5s already? Okay, cool. Well, congratulations. Enjoy the perks. You know that they're gonna like put out deals that are elder specific, and I bet you those will have incredible rewards. I can use Photon actually. This fight, no matter who you use, you just want to parry heavy. You really just want to parry heavy. And that's what I'm going to do. You don't want the neutralize on you. It's a terrible experience. Kushala also works, but it's much slower. Look at the node. Red Hat, rest assured, I've looked at all the nodes here before doing this quest. I don't have a death wish. This is like the hardest content in the game at the moment. Let me get that unblockable on myself. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm gonna use Photon, thank you very much. I'd like to think that my solo and item count proves that I can effectively make decisions in this quest. I'm aware that Photon is immune to neutralize, so if I get the neutralize on me, I lose about 1/3 of my max HP, but if you parry heavy, you do not get the neutralize on you. It's a bit finicky. I mean, would I recommend Photon over Kushala? No, but I know what I need to do with Photon, so I can make that work. Kushala is much safer. Parry heavy the whole fight. She blocks unblockables. You don't have to worry about anything. If you want to go try hard and use Photon, stay out of either corner, because then you're definitely going to get the neutralize on you, and that's not good. But if you know how to get around the neutralize, you will be fine, and she will do this significantly faster than Kushala. And, well... Oh, that's not good. There it comes. That. Oh, okay, there it is. Are we gonna heal up our girl? We'll do it. 223. Unblockable special 2 to my face. Words eaten. Vol destroyed. Oh, that's all good. Parry heavy. So we'll see that this is a lot safer. Either of them can do the fight though. Photon is faster, higher risk, higher reward. Kushala will just block everything. Even the specials. You get to practice your special parrying skills. I would advise most people use Kushala. Boop. But honestly, no matter who you're using, you really don't want the neutralize on you, because then that means you get ruptures. No matter, yeah. Unless you're using someone who's rupture immune, there is no instance where you want that rupture on you. Avoid it at all costs. Kushala handles it more effectively because, oh, or does she? No. Because she can just block the special one. You're not forced to dex it even though it's unblockable. But you really just like don't want to. You don't want it on you at all. I will elect to revive up Photon. Just so I have more minions to use. Oh yeah, if they're immune to an effect. Yeah, no, so you just don't want the neutralize on you. The ruptures are very potent. So no matter what champ you use, just parry heavy. Stay the fuck away from Tigra. Kushala is a very slow but safe option. Yeah, no, that's a great point, RRS. If they're immune to an effect, you take a burst. Good lord. Oh yeah. In the grand scheme of things, one revive is very negligible. It's all good. Kushala coming in to save the day. Our queen. So yeah, pro tip in this fight, stay the fuck away from Tigra. She has cooties, don't get near her. That's my review. Cause, yeah. That cost me the solo. Her finickiness. She gets nuked because she's immune to the dexterity buff. Oh no! Did you have someone else to like handle her? I know Jugs can handle her. But yes, it's another slow fight. Have a good stream. I have to go finish the villain e-ball. Yeah, best of luck. Thank you for stopping by, Red Hat. I appreciate it. I'm probably just open more of my Paragon crystals. Something like that. Anyways. I don't need to heal too high because I will lose my health as I go about the fight. Now, I don't believe I'll be able to read the chat here because, well, it's Aries. However, I have fought Aries many times. So I'm very familiar with him. Pro tip, if you aren't already aware, look at his eyes to determine what special he is using. If it glows twice and it glows real bright the second time, that's the special too. If it glows once and dim, it's the special one. So that, and then know how to handle his specials. Know the inputs that you need to do. Have a fucking paper with them written down. That's what I had to do when I would clear him back in the day. Like on both my accounts on live streams, just I had the paper and I had it right above my phone and I was just staring at it. But I have it memorized at this point. So, yeah. Let's see how well I can do. I may actually refresh my game just to give me better odds of, you know, no input failure and blah blah blah. Yeah, because this fight's hard. I'll unplug my phone too, make it less hot. Okay. Dex, parry, parry, light, dex. Parry, parry, light, dex, dex, up. Dex, parry, parry, light, dex. Parry, parry, light, dex, dex, up. And also when you do the up, it's a long swipe. You go like parry, parry, light, dex, dex, up. That's what I'd always say to get myself, like, yeah, because if I just did a small swipe, I'd get clipped by the gun. Anyways, okay, Aries time. Please wish me luck, because, yeah, this fight can go haywire pretty easy, even if you know what you're doing. With the power of gross mode, I believe in Photon. Dex, parry, parry, light, dex. 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 Okay, and I can probably get him in the next phase on this combo. Yep, did that. Okay. I actually should have heavied him again to get him to 2 bars. My bad. Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but still. Special 2. Parry, parry, light, dex, dex, up. Special 2. Parry, parry, light, dex, dex, up. Two. Parry, parry, light, dex, dex, up. One. Dex, parry, parry, light, dex. The Sunder, so she crits more. 1, dex, parry, parry, light, dex. One, dex, parry, parry, light, dex. Kind of a waste because I got him in the next phase just with one thing. Hi there, Carlita. I hope you're well. And yeah, no, don't get used to anything from me. That's a mistake and a half. Okay, weird AI. Can you stop? 1, dex, parry, parry, light, dex, medium, light. Next prompt is dex into medium. 1, dex, parry, parry, light, dex. I looked up when doing that, which is silly of me. Not looking at the special while he's using the special. Fuck me. Special. Great work, Vol. Good lord. I'm gonna stop talking. Dex, parry, parry, light, dex, medium, special. Looking up again like a dumbass. Medium, light. 1, dex, parry, parry, light, dex, medium, light, medium, special. Okay, so I'll keep my power. 1, dex, parry, parry, light, dex, medium, special. Medium, light. Also, don't use special 3s if you're Photon here. Dex, parry, parry, light, dex, medium into light. It's because she regens and he gets a lot of attack if you regen. So don't do that. Next phase. Hi there, Iridian. Nice to see you. Medium into special. I have no special. I'm sorry. 1, dex, parry, parry, light, dex. So medium and back off. Another medium into special, damn it. Okay, there. 1, dex, parry, parry, light, dex. And the haste, my least favorite part about the Aries fight is the haste. Dex into medium. 1, dex, parry, parry, light, dex, dex into medium. Two, parry, parry, light, dex, dex, medium, special. Two, parry, parry, light, dex, dex, dex into medium. I almost missed that. I wasn't looking. I'm getting nervous. One, dex, parry, parry, light, dex, medium, special. I almost missed that again. Good lord. Medium, light. 2, parry, parry, light, dex, dex, medium, light. Okay. He starts his bullshit now. Kind of panicked. Fuck, are you serious? Well, alright then. That's very frustrating. Also, I forgot 1 count for the Aegon death, and I'm doing 1 count for that. Let me watch the playback, see what that looked like. That felt extremely unfair. All right, whatever. Still, can't complain. I'm gonna try, oh, shout outs to Honeydew. Really, I'm trying your girl. The power gain from the sun is useful here, because, yeah, good lord, is it hard to get the fight going when you, like, go back in with nothing. So you want to be using specials to feed him power, basically. Medium heavy. Medium heavy again. 1. That was a mistake, I'm sorry. Of course. Alright, try Jean now. Sorry I didn't get off more charges with your daughter. That sounds so weird out of context. Medium heavy is the prompt. Okay. Oh, no. Medium heavy is the prompt. Medium special's a prompt now? Okay, man. Do more than 1 hit when you dash in, you fucking prick. Two. If I can get 1 more special down, we're fine, but if he'll cooperate. Do more than 1 hit when you dash in, for the love of God. You're gaining no power. 1 more. 2. Medium light. Okay, there we go. 3 shot. Anyone gonna complain about that? I hope not. Well, that's the hero run done. And 2 revives. I like to think that that's pretty good. I studied up. I gave a lot of people advice on how to do their run. It seems like that advice worked out pretty well. Hey, we'll take it. Replay. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Rydia, how have you been? It's lovely seeing you here. Boom. We get this. And I know what I'm gonna do with that awakening gem. Boom. Okay, 5 of 6 done. That is awesome. There are so few people here because everyone's streaming 9.4. Damn! Barely anyone saw my 3-shot on Aries. Let's hope that the algorithm does me some favors, because... Yeah. You're sleepy? I see. I know what do. Use items. Oh, you bet your ass I'm using the spider one. Hell yeah! I have no stones for him right now, but that will change soon enough. I've had to lock in the past few weeks to wrap up my next champ. I'm a big fan. Ooh. I'm assuming we're not meant to know who it is yet. Either way, I shall wait with interest. Let me get in and do a queue while I'm boosted. Least I can do. I have next week off. I'm so excited. Ooh, very nice. I hope you have a nice time with whatever you're, however you're going to spend that. Okay. I don't normally do this one, but I've been trying it just cause. Just checking the chats. I see people in my alliance saying that the Carina boss in Act 9 isn't too bad, which that's nice. I'm down for an easy boss. Oh, and I see people saying that the daily Elder Crystals aren't that good. Okay. Whoop. And I know that Adam has told me to not clear his path if Jack 1's path is still available. So Adam, I'll listen to you. Appreciate you. But yeah. If I can get some things sorted out, I will most likely hit the final Carina challenge tomorrow. The villain one. Admittedly, I'm less familiar with villain stuff. However, I can bring Serpent and Onslaught, so that makes me happy. But I feel much less steady about the villain challenge than this hero one because I've been spending a lot of time team building for people's hero runs and everything. So, compared to that, yeah, I don't have as much know-how with the villain run. Let's just see how many things I can onslaught, basically. But I do think that I will be able to stream that tomorrow. And then I have plans for Act 9.4 to not take much longer than that. I think I will be able to get Elder by the end of the week. Which would be nice. I'm holding off on all of my rank 5s until then because I want to see what class gems I get. Which I think is reasonable. I understand why people are, rank 5ing their champs right now, but... yeah, I want to see what classes I get first. Either way, the spider's going up. And that will be awesome. I also, I do plan to be... I'll see some stuff about 9.4 before I end up doing my run. I'll be watching someone else do it, basically. And that will give me information as to like what the hard fights are, what the easy paths are, any champs who cheese it. So I'll get that information that way. The good thing about, folks who play this game is that you can learn from them. You can learn from their errors and learn from their successes. And yeah, I usually have some folks that I'll see them do the content Sometimes before I do it, sometimes after I do it, but either way, it's useful, very useful information. It helps me a lot. And then, yeah, my info can also help them. So, hooray. Hooray for friendship, basically. And this long shot. Does he have like the stupid conflictor thing? Oh no, it's his ebb and flow heavy. Either way, he nullifies, so no. No thank you. Wow, it's the fewest people I've had in my live stream for a very, very, very long time, but I timed my stream poorly with all of the Act 9 runs going on. It's all good though. I just hope that, yeah, this stream won't get buried because, well, there's obviously a lot of good information in here, given that it was a successful run. I think the last thing I will do before I leave is, well, I have plans for a certain ascended champion, and I can get him ascended right now. Level 1 ascension. Yep. And okay. Oh, it takes 500. That's not too bad. Also, I do think, yeah, for prestige, we're gonna do this, and I'm not gonna get him to max sig right away, because I haven't done the EQ yet, and I'll see if I can get some cosmic stones from that, because I don't really have any other cosmic champs to put stones into. It's just this guy, big boy. But he's a great time waster defensively, and he has his uses, so I don't see much issue with going for it. If I get, there you go. 455. Did that bump my prestige at all? It probably didn't, because I think he's Sig 130 right now. Oh wait, no, it did. Oh, that bumped it up a lot. Okay. Because my bishop is a similar Sig level, and yeah. What Sig did I put him to? 130? Let's do 150. See how that does. No, wrong screen. I don't care. Okay. He's planted, but he'll get double ascended pretty soon, and yeah, that'll be very helpful for my prestige. Which, hey, in those instances, we do what we can. But that's it for now. I hope that you enjoyed. Canadian sign-offs as always. Sorry for the parts of the stream that weren't ideal, but thank you for contributing to the parts that were. Small audience today, but it's all good. If anything, I did need more space to focus, and well, the live stream shall remain intact for anyone who has yet to do a hero run and would like to see it being done effectively with a non-Heimdall, non-Sentry team. That'll be that. I do plan to be back tomorrow to do the villain run, but I'm gonna have to study up on that in the meantime. And yeah, there are plans for more streams. I would like to get Elder. Yes, bye to you too, Iridia. Again, thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you're well. I know I already said that, but repeating things happens, and I'm a repeater by nature. There's a reason why I play this game. It's because you just do the same shit over and over and over again, and for some reason that's appealing to me. Anyways, I'm gonna hightail it, gonna spin the spider, and I do plan to be back tomorrow to do the last Carina challenge and get that much closer to Elder. So that'll be that. Thank you, and have a nice rest of your day or night, depending on where you are.